Since 2001, community volunteers like Daryl and Julianne Williams have been specially trained and carefully matched with court-involved youth. These youth mentors are called natural helpers. They listen, they share, and encourage.
I saw a young man that was at present time part of the system, but he wanted to change. And he was on his way, just needed a little guidance and some assistance. So we were there just to try and show him some of the positive things that he was doing. And that kind of helped, instill some, I guess, some trust. And he opened up with us, and he was just, after that, he was like part of the family.
They listened, that's a part of opening up, listening, hearing what the other person got to say. So that's what they did. I had to tell them what my problem was, and I guess they overheard my problems, and then they really start dedicating themselves into me to see what was really going on, and that's what they did. And they really seen that I was a good person. That's why I'm successful today.
Look at Ricole. He's changed his life around. He wants better. He doesn't want to be in the streets. He wants to be successful. He wants to go to college.
Graduate from high school, that's what I'm about to do. Go off to college, major in computer technology.
In our society, we can't just say no to kids without giving them alternatives. What are the alternatives? They may not even know what the alternatives are, because a lot of kids, especially what we call high-risk youth, are environmentally deprived. They haven't had exposure, but that natural helper comes along and says, this is an option for you. We can turn this negative behavior into positive behavior because there's some good things out there. There are also listeners. I think there's power in listening.
When I finally met Jane, I was a little cautious about it, about talking to her much, but then I got to know her and it was nice. Now I can talk to her and I feel comfortable around her. I can talk to her about pretty much anything. That's a nice relief.
I'm a positive person, and so I try to help just give him some new ideas, I guess, of ways he can do things, and to see that what you do now can really, really affect your future for a long time.
I thought about it, and I'd look at my life in the future, and I just didn't like what I'd see. I'd be homeless, probably dying somewhere, and nobody would know. But then, if I decided to put my life in order, get off drugs and get clean, then I could go to college and be something useful. It's nice. I've got my probation officer, Jane Beach, my natural helper. I've got my counselors that Kay does, my grandparents, my family in general, and everybody supports me in getting clean.
I see a normal kid now. I see a kid who is happy, laughing a lot, which is when I first met him. Every time I would talk with him, his head was always down, his hair was covering his face, his body was just slumped over. And now I just see a normal kid who's smiling.
Reclaiming futures, to me, I think it means that the people involved with the organization are really just trying to save the kids. They're trying to get back what was lost.
I have so many kids that come to me, and in this community about 65% have drug alcohol problems. To be able to help those kids in a specific way, to be able to focus probation in such a way to really target their problems, shows that we can make a difference.
The investment we make now in treatment options for kids that are involved in the juvenile justice system will pay great dividends.
That's within the powers of each of us to say, what can I do to help turn these kids' lives around? How can I work with them to make life better for them? What can I do to support the kinds of institutions in our community that are reaching out to them and providing them with the guidance and the help that they need to improve and change their lives?
I would say to people who are interested in this program that they should just go ahead and overcome whatever fears they may have and just realize they're dealing with a child. They're still growing and forming themselves, developing, and that whatever you do or however you cope with your life, you can offer some help to a child who's learning those same skills now. I would encourage anybody to try it. It's helpful and rewarding, and we need people to do it. There are a lot of kids who just need another hand to help them.
Here in Montgomery County, people just like you are working hard to help teens overcome alcohol, drugs, and crime. Montgomery County Juvenile Court is reclaiming futures. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can save a life.